So you've got your first Rolex watch, but now the questions are how to set it and how to size it properly. I'll walk you through all of this in today's video. Hello guys, welcome to Synth Wrist. I'm your host. Today I want to go back to basics a little bit and focus on this first important stage of watch collecting. For majority of people, this would be buying their first Rolex watch. So I want to present you a watch that I personally like and I think is a perfect watch to start your watch collecting journey with. This is the Rolex Air King reference 116900, the watch with a very rich history of aviation, and Rolex paid a great tribute to the very original Rolex Oyster. I'm a huge aviation fan, so being fond of pilot watches is nothing surprising in this case. Focusing on this stunning watch, it features a 40mm case. I'll show you how it looks on the wrist. So this is the classic 40mm case, and I think this watch is sized perfectly. It's not too big, it's not too small, it feels just about right on the wrist, and that's what matters. It has a smooth stainless steel bezel, as you can see, so it's really practical to wear every day. And the main thing about this watch is it's a bit busy dial, which I quite like, if I'm honest with you guys. It has large hour markers 3, 6 and 9, very iconic, and it basically shows its rich history because the very first models had similar hour markers on its dial. Everything is combined with oversized minute scale for easier time reading when, for example, flying an airplane. As you can see, at 6 o'clock the Air King inscription is very special in this watch because its lettering is actually the same as in the original model of Air King, designed in 1950s. How cool is that? Besides, you see the unheard of combination of green second hand sweeping around the dial, yellow crown at 12 o'clock along with green Rolex text. Some people they are not happy about this feature because it looks odd. However, I do like this combination. I think it looks stunning. It brings in some interesting aspects, something different basically, because this watch has a completely new dial when you look at other models. So it's basically a revamped version of the original Air King that is really modern and highly wearable. The water resistance in this watch is 100 meters due to the crown being screwed in, as majority of Rolex watches, so you don't have to worry that any water will get inside your precious timepiece. I must say, I do love this watch, and I think it is a perfect watch for someone who is just starting out with luxury pieces and always wanted a Rolex watch, because with Rolex watches there are watches and there is a Rolex basically. So Rolex is a great experience. I believe if you buy your first one, then you'll remember it for a very long time, probably forever. That's what I think about this watch, guys. However, I have to be frank with you, as much as I wasn't into this model when it first came out, I do start to appreciate for what it is. It is a robust, bulletproof and reliable Rolex watch with a decent price tag, so it makes a great starting watch for young people or people who just want to get into luxury timepieces in general. I know that many people will say that Rolex Explorer 1 reference 214270 would be a better choice, but personally I like the busyness of this watch. I like the dial, and I think in my opinion is much more interesting than Rolex Explorer 1. The only thing I don't like about this watch is this clasp and the Rolex crown. For me, Rolex crown should be always raised. This kind of clasp comes in some Oyster perpetual watches and of course this Air King, and I'm not a huge fan of this crown here. I like it raised. This is very minor thing and it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the fact that I really love this watch. Now I'll show you the very first steps after you purchase your timepiece. So basically, first thing you want to know about the watch is how to wind it and how to set time on it. In this case it's very simple, you just rotate the crown anti-clockwise just to undo it, and you hear a pop. It means the crown is ready to be altered. So first position is always a winding position, so give it a little wind like 30 to 40 times. This one here is fully wound, so I don't need to overwind it. I'm telling you to do it 30 to 40 times just to give it enough power to run for 2 days. However, if you wear your watches every day, then they will never run out of power because it has a winding rotor which supplies the energy to the movement. Yeah. And if you want to set time in your watch, just pull the crown to the second position like this. Like this, guys. And you have your time setting position, and as you can see, the second hand, the green second hand, stopped working, so you can actually set the time perfectly to the nearest second. You can just play with it and set the time accordingly to your local time. Yeah, I'll set it back to 1 p.m. 1:32. Yeah, and when you push it back, you see that the green hand will start working again. And this is pretty much it with this watch, function wise, because it doesn't have any date display or chronograph function or any other function. It has hours, minutes and seconds. Pretty basic. That's a basic entry level watch, so don't expect any other function. Yeah, and to always remember to push this, to screw this crown back to the place like this. Otherwise the timepiece is not watertight, water resistant if you prefer. So after that you can of course wear your timepiece. However, what happens when your watch doesn't fit you perfectly as it should? Majority, all of the watches with Oyster bracelets, they come with 12 factory links. This one here was sized by myself, so it fits me perfectly. However, I think for majority of people, Rolex bracelet would need some adjusting. There are a few ways to go about it. You can simply remove these links. As you can see, you can just screw them out. And also you can play with the clasp adjustment. As you can see here, you've got an extension to the bracelet which you can simply pull out of the clasp. Half a link movement. Yeah, if it's not enough, then you can move the clasp. You can see there 2 holes, so basically there is a spring there which you can pop out to remove the bracelet from the clasp and then move it according to your needs basically. So Submariner bracelets, they are the perfect ones because you don't have to worry about using any tools. You can simply slide the bracelet in the clasp or slide it out. However, in this case you need a spring bar tool. You would need something like this. That's all you need. Spring bar tool. Yeah, and you can simply remove the spring from the bracelet there. However, in majority of cases, removing a link should be enough. And to do this, you need a screwdriver. The size is 1/60. Yep, that's all is required to play with the Rolex bracelet. Now I'll show you how to remove the link from the bracelet. So basically all you need is a screwdriver, some steady grip, and yeah, like this, just undo it. I won't be removing any link because the watch fits me perfectly. However, this is how you adjust it. In order to remove this one from the bracelet, you need to screw out another screw and then join the bracelet together, basically like this, and screw it back in place. With brand new watches, you need to be a bit more careful not to scratch the watch if it's a brand new piece. Okay guys, so I just showed you how to set time on your timepiece, how to wind your timepiece, and how to make sure the watch is waterproof to 100 meters. And I think you won't have any further problems with playing with your watch and getting to know it really. All you need to know is how to size it properly and how to set time, and this is all you need to know about your new timepiece if you are just starting out your watch collecting journey. I think that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you to get to know your timepiece a bit more. Please like, subscribe to Synth Wrist, and stay tuned for more. Bye.